start again.
Okay, Charley Skedaddle, Chapter 8, The Rebs. The night was quiet, but not the dawn of the 6th of May. The crackling of musket fire came to Charlie's ears on all sides. More fighting. Not knowing what else to do, he stayed where he was until a new fear propelled him into action. Fires from the sparks of thousands of cannon shells had sprung up among the dry leaves of the wilderness and roared over acres of timberland. Now, the gray smoke billowing from them, mixing with gunpowder fumes, drove Charlie Quinn out of his protective thicket. Coughing and frightened by the smoke, he bent to wet his pocket handkerchief in a swamp water and tie it around his nose and his mouth. As he stooped at the edge of the stinking dark water, he heard a sharp clicking sound he recognized. What do you think that sound is, boys and girls? What is it? A gun. Yeah, the clicking sound of a gun. The cocking of a pistol. Straightening and whirling around, Charlie looked up into the face of a lantern-jawed, sallow, yellow-haired man in a brown-yellow short jacket, blue Union Army trousers, and a gray forage cap. A rebel for sure. In his hand was a huge, long-barreled cavalry pistol. It was aimed at Charlie's head, and the boy froze. Yeah, oh my gosh. First, the man shot a wad of tobacco juice at Charlie's feet, and then he asked softly, "What do we got here?" "I'd say it was a redhead Yankee boy. Kinda small, ain't ya? If you were a turtle now, I'd throw you back in the swamp and let you grow up some. Who'd you be?" Charlie faltered. "I was a drummer boy. My name's Charlie." And after that he fell silent. "Charlie what?" "Make it Skedaddle," Charlie told him bitterly. So now you see where his name came, right? When his name changed. The Confederate laughed. "That's some queer old name you got. Come along with me, boy. My officer will want to talk to you. Give me your knapsack and just move out ahead of me now." "Who are you?" Charlie asked. "Who I am don't matter much now." Was he a prisoner? Charlie sank his teeth into his lower lip to keep from crying. What would happen to him now? What did the Johnny Rebs do with Yankee drummer boy prisoners? Charlie tied the wet cloth over his face and hands. In the air, he began to walk ahead of his rebel captor. What is a captor, boys and girls? Someone who's holding someone captive. Good. It was hard going through the tangle of vines and hickory bushes that tore at his uniform. Twice he fell and was prodded to his feet by the toe of his captor's boot and the words, "Get on up, Yankee boy. I ain't got all day to fetch you back to where we got to go." Deep among the thickets and trees, Charlie could not see 15 feet ahead of him, but on either side he saw clearly the dead bodies of men dressed in blue and butternut brown and gray uniforms lying stiff and staring. Sometimes tongues of flame shot up so near that their clothing was singed, and the brush hissed and popped in the heat as bright red sparks flew over their heads. Surely this was like the hell the sisters in school and the priests in the church had warned him about. After much turning and twisting, they arrived at the clearing filled with men dressed in the butternut brown color of the Confederate Army. A half a dozen blue-coat soldiers sat on the ground with their hands folded up on top of their heads. Charlie's captor told him, "Get on over there and sit down with them other blue bellies." The boy did as he was told, and looking from face to face, he was relieved to see that he didn't know anyone. He took the handful of skillet parched corn a Reb had given him